What's up guys, Toxic here with TGN, and today I decided for my first video for TGN Games as a director that I would bring you guys a updated version of kind of like my warrior tanking help guide, if you will. Um, I have been seeing a couple already out there, but I figured, might as well throw in my opinion as well. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to go over my spec real quick. Now, when it comes to specs, there's a lot. It may not look like it, but there is quite a few kind of cookie cutter specs. One of which you would put 3 in a Blood Craze, you would only have 1 in a War Academy, and you would not have Safeguard. I feel that this spec that I have currently, I'm not really going to go over each individual one, just due to the fact that that would take a lot of time, and most people that go over this should usually already know basically what everything is. So basically, I got the extra point or the 1 point into Safeguard just so that whenever I'm not tanking, like for example on Rag or something like that, I can intervene my off tank. That's 15% less damage taken. So that always helps out. And I feel that the 3 out of 3 in Blood Craze really just, it really doesn't heal you that much. I kind of looked over a bunch of meters and the healing was very, 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 very minimal. So I felt that Safeguard and 10% extra damage for that threat, I felt would be a lot better. So that's my spec. I'll just go over the glyphs real quick. They are basically cookie cutter glyphs. You get your Revenge glyph, your Shield Slam glyph, and your Devastate glyph. And these, the 3 majors, kind of up in the air. I have the Cleaving glyph, the Thunderclap glyph, and the Shockwave glyph. So you could have the Shield Wall glyph if you want, but at the moment I don't feel like it's good, not until next tier. I will be throwing out a video for next tier's updates and stuff like that because a lot of this stuff for Warriors is going to change, as in our 4 set is almost going to be required that we get this glyph because due to the fact that our Shield Wall is going to reduce the amount of damage that the raid takes. So I believe that that glyph is going to become a major part of Warrior tanking. But you could also, instead for this current tier, you could change out Sunder Armor. So you could hit a second target nearby. So you don't have to constantly tap target, all that stupid stuff. So that's the glyphs and that's the spec. Let me go over the gear. What I have at the moment, I'm not in full best in slot gear, but I will go over. I do have most of the stuff that I need. So the Helm of Blazing Glory. This is going. Here's the thing. Your best in slot list is completely different than it is from when you have Heroic Rag on. You've killed Heroic Rag and you have him on farm. The reason is due to the fact that the shoulders off Rag are your best in slot. So instead of me having my Heroic tier shoulders, I would instead have the Heroic shoulders off Rag, and I would be using the Heroic tier helm off Rag. So that's usually really the only difference, but for now, I am set up almost completely 100% correct. If you guys see a little bit of, you disagree with something, feel free to leave it in the comments. I love to share opinions with other fellow warrior tanks or just tanks in general. So let me go over everything. So I have the Helm of Blazing Glory. I actually do have an incorrect meta in my helm right now. I do need to change that. I should have a 81 stamina and a 1% shield block value, I believe it is, meta. That's the meta I should have. I don't have it, so that's my fault. I will change that here soon. Excuse me. And then for the neck, I have the Firebound Gorget. The best in slot one is off Sinestra at the moment. So if you guys do have Sinestra down, tanks, feel free to grab it. It's good. It's really, really good. You can also upgrade this one if you don't have access to it, but so far I've only gotten 1 crystallized firestone, and they don't drop a lot for my guild. So instead I bought the ring. But let me keep going with this. So I have my Heroic tier shoulders just due to the fact that we don't have Heroic Rag killed. So I'm using my Heroic tier shoulders. I'm using the tier cloak because there's so many people in my guild that need the cloak off Rylith that I don't have access to it quite yet. So I'm using the cloak off him, or the reputation cloak, I'm sorry. I'm using my tier chest. I'm using the bracers off of Major Domo, the heroic weapon off of Beth Talak. This should be heroic, but we have not seen one yet, so that is the reason why I still have the 378 version of this. The 378 Deflecting Star, the Valor bot one. Heroic Gloves, Tear of course, the belt off Shanix, Tear Pants, the boots off of Rylith, the Exalted Ring, and the upgraded Thex Emberseal. As for trinkets, I have the Spider Silk Spindle and the Mirror of Broken Images. Now, there is a little bit of controversy over the trinkets here. Now, Spider Silk Spindle is guaranteed you need to use that. Guaranteed 100%. Now, the reason that we're using the Mirror of Broken Images is there's a couple of trinkets that you could be using. One was the Essence of Eternal Flame. Pretty good trinket. I used it for quite a while until I was able to reach that mastery cap. But the 400 resistance, it really does help more than you guys can believe. So if you don't have that mastery cap, Essence of the Eternal Flame, definitely 100%. And then, so here's the controversy. The controversy is between the Mirror of Broken Images and the Stay of Execution. Now, almost everybody is going towards the Mirror of Broken Images due to the fact that math does prove that it is better. And it actually does mitigate damage compared to the Stay of Execution, which only basically absorbs it and then kind of makes it so it's not as much of a brutal force. So, like I said before, tanks, if you don't have the mastery, I suggest using the Essence of Eternal Flame. Bind that use to your Shield Slam. And if you're an orc like me, I have Blood Fury and that trinket bound to my Shield Slam, so that does I get a lot of yeah, my Shield Slams have crit pretty hard, and that's just more threat for you. But yeah, if you don't have the mastery, definitely use that, and if you do, Mirror of Broken Images 100%. We are getting a lot better trinkets next patch, hopefully. I have seen some already pretty good ones, some that have made me want to throw my computer out the window, but you know, whatever. Blizzard gives us what we get. But so that's my gear. Let me go over the enchants real quick. I have the 90 stamina, 35 dodge rating enchant, you know, basic stuff. Same with the shoulder enchant, the back enchant, 250 armor, 75 stamina for chest. This could be 20 stats. It just kind of depends on where you want to be at. I chose 75 stamina just because I felt like it benefited me more than 20 stats. 50 dodge rating on my bracers, 65 mastery on my gloves, 145 stamina, 55 dodge on my pants, 50 mastery on my boots. Other tanks that aren't warriors, you guys might want to get the run speed one. It's up to you. I just feel like warriors have such maneuverability that we don't need the extra run speed. So that's just kind of my take on it. 50 mastery on my shield and windwalk on my weapon. So that's that. Oh wait, I was talking about gems at one time and I kind of got off track. I'm sorry. Mastery. Straight mastery. Not straight to 100% where you're just stacking mastery gems, but if you're a jewel crafter, which to be honest you should be, if you want to be an effective tank, you want to be a jewel crafting blacksmith. It really does help out. So 67 mastery rating, Chimera Eye ones, all three, no doubt. If it's a yellow socket, 40 mastery. As you can see here, another yellow socket and a red socket. So red sockets is parry rating, 20 parry and 20 mastery. And then yellow, 40 mastery. I do try to get my gem slot bonuses. I think I got all of them. That's just what I do. For blue, you get 20 mastery, 30 stamina. And then this is my jewel craft or my blacksmithing one, 40 mastery right there. Same with my gloves, except it's a red socket, so 20 parry, 20 mastery, and then 40 mastery for the blacksmithing one. Same for the belt, except I have my two Chimera Eyes in this one. And the pants is a red and a blue, so you get the 20 mastery, 30 stamina, and the 20 parry, 20 mastery. And the belt, and the boots, same thing. So as you can see, it's a reoccurring theme. I only really use 3 different types of gems between all my gear. So it's pretty much, you know, pretty easy to gem for a warrior. As for everything else, I believe that I am correct on most of my stuff. I do need to work on my reforging a little bit. It is a little bit off. It needs to be about 2%. Warrior tanks, keep in mind that you want your parry higher than your dodge because you have hold the line, which increases your chance to critical block, which is very good. We want that. That's also another reason why we stack mastery, and another reason why we're going to be even better next patch, because we're paladins are locked off at they cap warriors. We do not cap because we due to the fact that we actually have critical block. So like I said, parry and dodge need to be within 2%, and just keep in mind that dodge, parry, and block need to add up to about 100 to 102%. But take these three and then add another 5 for the chance to be missed. And if that number does not equal up to 100 to 102%, then you are not capped. And you really, really, really want to strive for that cap. Keep in mind that it took me a lot of gear to really cap as a warrior. It really does take a lot for warriors to cap this current tier, whereas paladins, it doesn't take that much. So keep that in mind, guys. But if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I have 3,936 masteries, so that's why I have the cap that I do. Keep that in mind. But yeah, guys. So just keep in mind, health isn't everything. Health isn't everything. It's all about the mastery right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to check out my main channel. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyways, guys, I'll see you next time.